We'll have Coach Brown. On offense, we'll have Sam Howell, Ty Chandler, and Josh Downs. On defense, we'll have Miles Murphy, Jeremiah Gimmel, and Cam Kelly. We'll start with Coach Brown.
Mark, tell me when you're ready.
Yep. Yes, sir. We are ready to go.
Really proud of our guys. I want to congratulate Duke. I thought they played hard, especially on defense. And we played our best defense of the year, and maybe since we've been here. And I was really proud of those guys. The 2 turnovers, sacks, it made them change their offensive game plan for the second half. They were moving the quarterback, brought in number 8 to try to run some. But really proud of our defense. Mateo Durant's really a good player. He had a couple of runs, squirt, maybe 3 137-yarder, and long runs up inside there in the second quarter. And our linebackers were overrunning it. It wasn't the front, and that's the problem we've had. It's been one thing here, one thing there, but I thought the guys came back and did a good job. I thought that the defensive front was dominant, but I also felt like that Cam Kelly played well today. We moved Jaquarius Conley up to nickel. We played Don Chapman some at corner, and also played him at safety. But I thought the 2 corners, McMichael and Tony Grimes, did a tremendous job on their outside wide receivers. We were in a lot of press man today. So I thought all of those things went really well. Offensively, it was a frustrating day in some ways, and we still scored 30-something points. So I felt like that it was the bad thing was that it was great play, bad play. And that's not what we want, what we like, but Duke did a good job. They were running a lot of bear front where they covered everybody. They knew we've had some injuries. We're still trying to get somebody well at center. We even played Caden Baker in there some today, and he hadn't played at all ever at center in high school or college. So we're going to start working him to see if he can get better, and hopefully we can get Brian and Q well. But I thought that one smart thing they did is they covered the center just about the whole game, and that makes it difficult. So kicking game was okay. We didn't get anything out of the punts. The guy killed it. He was killing those punts, and we did a good job punting and covering. But I thought the kicking game was probably a wash both ways. But proud to win. This is an important game for us. It's important to bounce back. This game's so crazy. Somebody told me at halftime Georgia Tech was down 49-14 or something in the second quarter at home. So you just got to play every week. You got to try to figure out that it doesn't seem like one game is leading over to the next very much right now. And that's something we've always felt. So we got better on defense this week. Now they can't feel too good about themselves and not play next week. And the offense can build off of the great things they did today. And also we can get the things fixed that we didn't, but we got to just continue to get better.
All right. We will begin with Patrick Welter. Go ahead, Patrick.
Coach, you talked just now about how crazy this season has been. You know, you don't want to have 2 losses where you're at right now, but how do you feel about the goals that are still in front of this team?
Patrick, we've just got to get better. We've still got all the goals out there as possibilities because college football is so crazy. There'll be some more crazy upsets today before this is over. So what you can't do is just shut it down. A lot of people say, they're not as good as we thought, so we're going to quit. We're not going anymore. I don't want to see them, and that's fine. People better hang on because we're going to keep getting better. Program is getting better. We saw signs of it on defense today, and now we just got to get our offense to continue to grow as well. And one of the problems with our offense, Patrick, it's not what it's been the last 2 years. It has been so easy for us offensively for 2 years that we've got to have more patience now because we're not the same offensive team we were, and we've got to continue to get better. But we've got to learn to punt some and play great defense. And I thought the best thing today is we didn't turn the ball over, and we still could have won last week if we protected the ball better.
Melissa Ray, go ahead.
Coach, 120 yards after catch for Josh Downs and that amazing touchdown play. Just how big of a playmaker has he become?
Alyssa, he's tough, he's smart, he's fast. I just love the way he competes. Very uncharacteristic for him today. He dropped 2 balls, one of them a touchdown, and he just goes right back to work. I mean, he doesn't get down. He doesn't get bad body language. And then he was wide open on a wheel route that could have been a touchdown that we missed the throw. So Josh Downs is one of the best receivers in the country right now, and he's the go-to guy on our offense. People will continue to try to squeeze him and double team him, and that's why we've got to get more throws outside.
Andrew Jones.
Hey, Coach, one of the things you talked about during the week was not getting enough sacks, forcing enough turnovers. You got 5 sacks today, the 2 turnovers, the one that you alluded to. What was the key in getting in both of those areas, actually stepping up this week? And also, how does that change your team when you're able to get that kind of stuff, some game-changing stuff from the defense?
Andrew, it changes your team in a lot of ways. Number one, you don't have to go for every 4th down on offense to try to outscore people. You can actually play with a defense that could keep people and keep the score down. So I didn't go for a couple of 4th downs that I've been going for the last 2 years today. We punted. The second thing is that the turnovers come in bunches. And when you stop the run on 1st down, you get the quarterback where you can stop his arm and force a fumble or make him throw and tip a ball. And then it's popped up and Cam Kelly and Trey Morrison both make really good plays. So we're just getting better on defense. Young guys keep playing and playing. It was really hot out there today, so we had a lot of rotation on defense, and a lot of young guys got to play. And we've got to keep doing that. We're not good enough to go out there halfway. We've got to create an edge every week that we play, and I was proud to see that today.
As a follow-up, did you sense that the turnover when Trey scored the touchdown, that your team kind of changed, maybe a spirit or disposition changed a little bit on that play because they finally got something that they haven't had for a while?
Yes, Andrew, I think this team's been playing with pressure. We've let people down. We didn't accomplish what we were supposed to in preseason. So we're trying to continue to build confidence. And confidence is a powerful thing. Confidence allows you to be tough. Confidence allows you to make plays that you might not be able to make otherwise. And these things are just like boxing matches, college football games. You hit each other in the mouth for 3.5 hours and somebody gives in. And when it's like military taking land. It's about possession of territory. It's about knocking people down. It's about knocking people out. And I was disappointed in a couple of things, but we came back out the second half. I said, all right, put your foot on them right now. Let's knock them out. Let's do it. And then they score on the first play of the second half. I thought, boy, I'm glad they heard me. That's great. We got a good start here for the second half. And then I was disappointed when Cam Kelly intercepted the ball. We've got great field position and we have to punt. You've got to take situations in football and use those situations to your advantage and knock people out. And we had 2 opportunities there that we didn't do. Now, I love the momentum change with their 4th and 2. That was a great play by our defense. And then they had the 4th and 3, and it looked like they had a pass called, but the tackle jumped. And usually that tackle is jumping because he's worried about pass protection, and he's trying to beat the snap. So there were a lot of great things, but still a lot we can correct. It's easier to correct them, and you can be harder on them after a win than after a loss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael Coe.
Hey, Coach, one thing that really stuck out to me in this game is your tackling just seemed so physical. Your defenders were flying all around the field. Was that something that you and Coach Bateman prioritized this week in practice?
Michael, we've prioritized it for 3 years, and I think we're just getting better at it. And they were ready to play because we had a chance to beat Georgia Tech if we don't miss tackles and if we get where we're supposed to be. So it didn't seem like there was as many missed assignments today as there was last week on defense either. And I think we're finally settled in the secondary. The guys are playing enough up front. They're playing with confidence, and you don't have to worry so much about who's out there. Even the young ones came in at the end of the game and they got to stop. So I'm excited about where we're going on defense. And we've got to try to do a better job of not losing yards on rushing plays and not giving up sacks. We like our big plays and we like our big runs. I was really proud of both running backs today. They made some plays, but We can't keep having penetration in the run game or sacks. We got to get rid of that and get better.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Michael.
Go ahead, CL Brown.
Hey, Mac, you mentioned that it doesn't seem like one game is leading to the next in college football in general, but you guys have a chance here, 3 straight home games, including today, to maybe build some momentum and kind of get some of those issues cleaned up. How are you looking at this 3-game stand in terms of being at home and being able to kind of right the ship?
CL, I'm really excited about this 3 weeks. I always love playing Duke. Duke State and Wake are traditional games for this university for a long time. And it's very, very important to win those games here. And those are fun games. They're very competitive. And ABC is back. It's anybody but Carolina. We said the 2 teams that beat us threw Gatorade on their coach. So that tells you everybody had us circled, and they're really excited. I don't want Gatorade thrown on me unless it's something real big. And right now beating us isn't real big, but it seems to be to some people. So beating Duke is really important to our program. And now we've got 2 traditional powers in Florida State and Miami coming to Kenan. We're now 11-4 at Kenan. We've played really well at home most of the time. That crowd will be pumped up and ready to go for Florida State next week. Florida State's very, very talented. They showed up against us last year and took something away from us when we were 5th in the country going in. So I know they've got a big game tonight, but they'll come out all excited next week. So it'll be a fun challenge for us for the next 2 weeks before we get a break.
Brendan Marks, go ahead.
Hey, Mac, you mentioned that Caden Baker rotated a little bit at center today. I was just wondering, what is it about him that you like at that position, whether it's his aptitude or his skills, and just generally how the offensive line, I guess, is progressing? You mentioned the need to eliminate some of the sacks and the penetration on runs.
Brennan, we've neither center has been healthy. I mean, it's been really, really difficult. And we're not in a position right now to have a third one. So this week we said, instead of coming in here every week and talking about injuries and using it as an excuse, let's see if there's somebody else that can do it. So we had everybody on the offensive line snap. And Caden's dad was a center for Bobby Bowden at Florida State. And he's a basketball player. He hadn't played center since the 8th and 9th grade. He has not played in a game at center in college ever. There was some risk involved with him being in there. I'm sure when we watch it, he will have played like he didn't play. But this gets him started. And he's got a chance to be a great center, we feel like, in the future. So it'll be fun to watch him grow for the next 7-8 games.
Okay, last one, Coach. It will come from Adam Smith. Go ahead, Adam.
Mac, you have been asking for the sacks, you've been asking for the pressures, you've been asking for the turnovers and scores on defense, maybe more than asking, urging. I mean, is it almost surprising the lift that you can get from those type of moments when you haven't been getting it? You know, do you think your guys can actually feel that and see that when those things happen like they did today?
Adam, absolutely. In fact, you could have used begging. I think I've been begging, praying. I've been anything that you could possibly do.
How much did that factor in, do you think, some of the
I think somebody's answering my question for me. I can't tell, but yes, you win football games by stopping the run, running the ball, forcing turnovers, and protecting the ball. And then everything else works. Your play action works, your pass protection's better. And we've got to find our running game again. We've got to go back and find where that is. So, but when you can play great defense, like we did today, the game's never in doubt, because we gave up 3 runs and a long pass. And that's about all I remember. Everything else, we were all over them. And our 2 corners played a lot of bump and man today. And we were getting pressure on the quarterback, so he didn't have time to hold it, and it was hard for them to get open. So just really, really proud of those guys. And now we got to build on it. We got to come back and do the same thing. And you can correct things on offense better than you can defense. There's only 11 on there on defense, and they don't know the offense is running, and they got to tackle, and they got to rush the passer, and they got to do a lot of things with confidence. And this should be a real confidence builder for our defense today.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, thanks for a few minutes. Appreciate it.
Thanks for everybody, and I will see you on Monday.